Hey, hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, David Riggleman, Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas. Coming up on this program, a special ceremony takes place at Alyn Beck Park in honor of that fallen officer. And another special honor as a new lacrosse field opens in memory of Jeremy Mitchell Huber. To tell us more about all this, of course, the councilwoman who is also our mayor pro tem and who represents Ward 6, of course, Michelle Fiore joins me now. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm great.
Good.
Very excited to be here and talk about all of our new exciting things.
A lot going on in Ward 6 since you've been on last time around. Some really touching stuff, too, we're going to talk about today. First of all, to orient people, you know Ward 6, you know it very well, like the back of your hand practically. For those of you that don't know where Ward 6 is located, well, we're going to show you. It's on the map right there, appropriately enough, with the big 6 on it. If you live in that area or work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. If you live out there, you're represented on the city council by Mayor Pro Tem Michelle Fiore. And she's with us today. One of the main priorities that you had when you came into office was Alyn Beck Park.
Yes.
Alyn Beck was a police officer, shot and killed just having lunch with his partner here in Las Vegas, and left behind a young family. And it was your mission to make sure that there was something dedicated not only for him but also his partner, Officer Igor Soldo. So you posted this on Facebook. You said, when I was elected, opening this park was my top priority, and you made good on making sure that came together. This is from the dedication that took place back on January 31st. And of course, you members of the council were also out there, Mayor Goodman and the Beck family. I think the most touching thing is that the Beck family, they were in attendance as well. And his kids were young at the time, but it's been 2014 is when the shooting occurred, and a lot has changed. And in those 6 years, his children have grown up quite a bit.
Yes, and so his youngest daughter, who is, she was only 9 months old when he passed, and so they live in Ward 6. And so when this happened in 2014, in 2015, our last council member had named this park, which was just dirt, after the officer. So, and it sat there for 2.5 years, just dirt, and so I promised, my first promise, and promises made are always promises kept with me, is that we would get this park done. And then partnering up with Olympia, Gary Goet is a rock star. David, Gary Goet with Olympia Homes is a rock star. I mean, when
they actually built the park and then turned it over to the city.
Yeah, and understand that this park was way over budget. He didn't bat an eye. Getting the statue, everything that I asked, everything that we needed, all the help that we had to get from so many people to get this done, it happened. But it happened with Gary Goet, because usually parks are built when the development is done and they're selling houses. So he built this before any of it was done. And so, and then he worked with, his staff worked with Mrs. Beck. And then Mrs. Beck, when I came up with the brainiac idea about the statue, our famous sculptor, Brian Hanlow, worked with Mrs. Beck to make sure everything was perfect. Every detail on your face, from your eyebrows to your nose, to his prominent chin, to his cheekbones, everything, to his stance, how he stood. And so now his children, you know, whether it's a holiday or whatever, they can take a picture with their dad, and he's, you know, the guardian of that park.
I heard that the youngest one refers to the park as that's Daddy's park.
Yes. Yeah, and it's really, I have to tell you, it's just really, it's good to see that we're making this family happy. And now we're working on Igor Soldo's statue.
Why don't you give us an update? Igor Soldo was Alyn Beck's partner, and if you don't recall the story, they were just having lunch at a Cece's Pizza when they were shot and killed that day. And then the issue escalated. The suspects ran into a Walmart. Shooting ensued over there where a citizen was killed, and it turned into a very, very bad day in Las Vegas. So the fact that we're remembering those who lost their lives that day, Officer Beck, Officer Soldo, our resident, important. So give us an update on where Igor Soldo park stands?
So Igors Park is we're probably going to break ground in the next 6 months. So Igors Park is a little west, about a mile west, and there's nothing there right now. So we just need a little something there. We don't have to build the houses first, but we're going to be breaking ground on his park in the next 6 months. And Alyn Beck's wife, Officer Alyn Beck's wife, is helping Igor Saldo's family, getting the statue.
Navigate how it
Because she already did it,
Yeah.
and so she's offered her help, and I'm very excited about it. It's going to be amazing. And then if you remember that day, there was a gentleman named Joseph Wilcox in Walmart, and he was a concealed weapons permit holder, and he went into Walmart and he saw what was about to happen, and he pulled his weapon, and the female of the two was behind him and shot him.
He didn't see her. He
saw
saw the male suspect and was going to try to stop him from continuing to shoot.
That's right.
And he didn't know that she had a partner, that the suspect had a partner, and he shot Mr. Wilcox. Yeah.
So I reached out.
She shot Mr. Wilcox, yeah.
That's correct. And I reached out to the Wilcox family, and we're going to do a proclamation for his family on our council meeting in the next month or so.
That'll mean a lot to them. I remember seeing something in the news how the focus was all on the police officers, and Mr. Wilcox was kind of somewhat forgotten, or at least the family felt that was the case to some degree. And
but we will never forget
exactly,
Mr. Wilcox.
Exactly, you're going to make sure that
He's in our
happen.
hearts, and we will never forget him.
Yeah, he was trying to help, trying to save other people in the store, and didn't realize that there was another assailant behind him, and it cost him his life.
Yes.
So it was a tragic day. It was a rough day. We'll remember that for many years to come here. So these parks will be lasting tributes to these officers and to all those in uniform who go and serve, and sometimes...
We had hundreds of police officers out there.
Yeah.
It was really, really pretty cool.
They had made a commitment. I'd seen that they were going to make sure that Alyn's kids were going to get through school, and they were going to just kind of be surrogate fathers over the years. So obviously that's still happening.
Yes.
Councilwoman, and not just police officers remembering, we opened a new lacrosse field, and this is really a touching story as well. You had talked about Jeremy Mitchell Huber. He's a young man who passed away. The park, Lacrosse Field, is named after him. This is out on 7850 Bradley Road, so out definitely in your ward. And here's some video from this is just a wonderful facility all the way around, but also it's got a special meaning especially for his family.
So Jeremy was only 18, and he was at Johns Hopkins University. He had a lacrosse scholarship, and he didn't feel well, and he went to the hospital, and they sent him home. And he had some kind of respiratory issue, and he stopped breathing in the middle of the night and passed away on January 26th, 5 years ago. So it was so important to get this park done on January 26th. And our parks director, Greg Weitzel, got it done. We made a proclamation for January 26th. This is when we had cut the ribbon on this park. We have a beautiful big cement plaque with Jeremy Mitchell Huber. So before you go onto the lacrosse field, you can touch the plaque and give it a kiss and throw your kiss up to the heavens, and just always keep Jeremy and his family in your prayers.
Yeah. And Mayor Pro Tem, we see the girls playing there. That's important too, because this is lined for girls. It's one of the few fields in town that has
the
lines
first
specific, the very first, line specifically for the girls.
And it's amazing because, as a girl, we always, kind of, everything's like golf. Remember golf?
Yeah.
Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, and now the girls are playing lacrosse. Lacrosse, all the fields are literally lined permanently for men. And so now we have a permanently lined lacrosse field for us girls.
Yeah, good. And, it's such a big deal. And this meant a lot to his family. Jeremy, Johns Hopkins has one of the top lacrosse programs in the country. So to play there, you're like in the upper echelon of college lacrosse. So you go from the joy of having your son participate in a program like that, the next thing you know, he's passed. So devastating. But his memory now, especially in the sport that he excelled at, will live on.
Yes,
So.
and it's so hard. I mean, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I mean, I couldn't bear losing a child.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're doing well. And his dad, Bob, calls January 26th, he always calls it Jeremy Day. So now we literally made it like a legal Jeremy Day through the city of Las Vegas, proclaiming it to be Jeremy Mitchell Huber Day.
That's a big deal. Mayor Pro Tem, there are so many pieces we know on this side of things, how many pieces go into opening a park, especially a facility like that. So to get it to open on the day you're trying to get it open is tough.
Kudos to Greg. Kudos to Greg Weitzel. I got to tell you, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah. So congratulations to all you lacrosse players out there. Hey, you've got a great new amenity here in the city of Las Vegas. Glad to have you out there. Mayor Pro Tem, we had our State of the City since you've been on the show the last time around. You posted this on Facebook. You said, here's to our great city of Las Vegas and our Mayor, Carolyn Goodman, on her fabulous State of the City address. It was another great evening. Always, she talks about where we've been and where we're going. Of course, that's Scott Adams, our city manager right there, is getting ready to introduce everybody. There you are right there. And, of course, the mayor's speech, she talked about all the great things that are going on in the city and the great things to come. And that was what made this speech so exciting, is there is a lot on the horizon that it's really exciting.
You know, think about this. So her husband, our former mayor, Oscar Goodman, served 12 years. And he really lit the torch. I mean, he lit the torch. He got this city going. I mean, we're in City Hall, this brand new City Hall, downtown renovation. And then she gets elected. And everyone says, oh, great, you know, she's going to carry his torch. Well, I have to tell you, Mayor Carolyn Goodman has her own torch and his torch. So she's carrying two torches, and we will, by the end of her term, have 25 years of the Goodmans changing the city of Las Vegas forever, forever. And really, I have to tell you, she did a marvelous job that evening, and I loved the little skit.
Yeah, she had a video. The theme was Back to the Future because, as Mayor Pro Tem was saying, things kind of got started in Oscar's time, but now she's really moved things into the future.
Yes.
So our folks here at Channel 2 put together a video to kind of help set up the theme of Back to the Future. So if you didn't have a chance to see it, we'd like to show it to you right now.
Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I can believe it. You never let me forget. Why do I get a feeling that you want to take a trip down memory lane? Okay, but I'm driving.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming out today and showing your support for a project that is so important to this community. Just the sheer number of people that would brave a brisk February morning here is a testament to how important this museum opening is.
No, it's definitely a must. Great job, honey.
You mean the one under all those pigeons?
This has been nice, but let's go back to the future so you can see what growth really looks like. Hang on, honey. have a speech to give. It's State of the City. You don't have to come, but is that the smartest choice? That's what I thought.
That's a great video.
How awesome
Yeah,
is that video?
yeah, so-
And I mean, you look at that, and I love, they start in the front of City Hall, and they start in the DeLorean from
right.
Back to the Future. And I was fortunate enough to actually ride in that car when we do the Stars of Cars show
Yeah.
downtown on Fremont Street. And so it's so cool. And I love, Oscar is the actor. Oscar is the movie star.
Yeah, that was his demand. Every time somebody did a movie in Las Vegas, he had to have a part. So.
Yes. And so when we look at that, and our mayor, she's just like, oh, I don't need all that fluff and stuff. And I mean, so when you look at those two banter, I mean, they're just amazing. They're an amazing couple. They've done amazing things for the city of Las Vegas. So I really love that clip.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing too. It really is. It's a fun way to look at it, but it really does encapsulate all the great things that started and all the great things that are yet to come.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
And I have to give you guys kudos. Now that I know you can make a movie, we just might have to talk about
these guys
this.
down here very
I'm
talented,
telling
very
you,
talented.
talented.
Oh well, I hope everybody enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to put together. I know too. So, and then Mayor Pro Tem, you at City Council recently honored some folks near and dear to us, the city, Centennial Hills Y.
Mm-hmm.
They were the Citizens of the Month. The Centennial Hills facility is owned by the city, run by the YMCA.
And I got to tell you, kudos to the YMCA. Number one, they are wonderful partners for our military, for Creech Air Force
yeah.
Base. They also have teenage youth program that we recognized that same day. Councilwoman Victoria Seaman and I did a debate over at the YMCA.
Yeah, that's right.
With all of those youth, and those youth were there as well. And I mean, they have amazing programs for all ages, and especially the support to our military. Our military loves them. When I was at Creech, and our military was showing me an aerial map that they drew of, my area and their area, they had a star on their map, and it was the YMCA. So they can tell their members where to go and work out. And we do a military wife welcoming, or military spouse, I should say, welcoming monthly with all the new military spouses.
Well, that's great.
It's amazing.
I didn't even know that existed. That's great.
The YMCA.
Yeah, hey, well, there you are. And a great partnership, as we said.
Yeah.
Owned by the city, operated by the Y. It's a no-lose situation there. So, and then this was great. One of your very own, in a good position here at the city of Las Vegas. You posted this on Facebook. You said, "Congratulations to my planning commissioner, Lou DeSalvio, for becoming the chairman of our city of Las Vegas Planning Commission." And Lou is your appointee from Ward 6. Yeah.
Yes, and I tell you, he's a great guy. He's a tough guy. He's a fair guy, but he's a great guy. And this planning commissioner, I have to tell you, shows up at all the meetings out there with the homeowners, with developers, wants to hear what's going on. He's very involved. He's very active, and he knows our ward like the back of his hand.
Yeah. The thing about Lou, too, is that, like you say, he's just tireless. He just seems to go and go and go. He really takes the job seriously. And it makes sense that he was chosen by his colleagues to be the chairman. That was a good choice.
Well, his leadership qualities are, he's not afraid to speak up, and he doesn't go along to get along, and he will say, no, this isn't right, or this is right,
Yeah. I've known Lou many years. Our sons have gone to school
They
together.
sing together.
Yeah, they do.
They sing together.
They do.
I love that.
So I've known the DeSalvios for many years. They're good people all the way around. So, and then Councilwoman, Mayor Pro Tem, we're running out of time here, but we want to make sure we mention your meet with Michelle. Your meetings with Michelle happen every month. You have one coming up February 28th. So
we do. We're going to do it at the Egg Works, February 28th from 9 to 10. Come have some eggs and coffee with me, and we'll talk about what's happening.
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about. Mayor Pro Tem, like all of our council members, makes herself available. Very casual, informal. If there's something you want to talk about, she will be there. Again, this is going to be Friday, February 28th from 9 to 10 at the Egg Works there on Tule Springs Road. So,
Perfect.
yeah, good spot.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to add before we say goodbye here?
No, I think we've covered most of it. I'm really excited about it, and we just have a lot more coming.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
more planning,
Yeah.
a lot more coming, you know, and it's exciting in our ward. We party a lot.
It is. There's a lot of exciting stuff. And this time of year is where we start ramping up. As we
Yes,
get into the
yes.
spring, and there's tons going on. So you always have a lot going on. And a lot of participation. Your ward people really turn out for the event.
We had 7,000 at our last 4th of July.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And I know this year it's going to be more than that
I know.
for sure. It's going to
Well,
be
we're
over
expecting
10,000.
10,
Yeah.
So we're changing parks.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Well, great job.
Thank
Want
you.
to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with our Mayor Pro Tem, Michelle Fiore, you can find her on Facebook and Twitter. You can also contact her just by picking up the phone, 702-229-6405, or send her an email. Her address is mfiore@lasvegasnevada.gov. And she or one of her great staff will get right back to you.
Thank you.
All right, good work.
Thank
See you in
you.
6 weeks.
Yes,
We'll do
yes.
it again. And we want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Access City Council. Our next show begins airing on February 27th with Ward 1 City Councilman Brian Knudsen. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.